Hi, I'm Jarvis Smith. This is mygreenplace.tv. One of the really big decisions we have to make today is which car do we drive? What's the best eco car in the marketplace? The best make, the best model? I drive a diesel car because a couple of years ago when I was in the marketplace, I was told that was the best thing to do. I think technologies have moved on since then. We've got plug-in hybrids, electric cars, hybrids. But which car is the best for us today? I'm here with one of the country's leading experts on alternative fuel cell cars. Meet Stephen Glaser. He's also the founder of Eco Rally. Nice to have you here, Stephen. How are you?
I'm fine, Jarvis. Thanks for having me on the show.
Eco Rally. I mean, it's a fabulous event. It seems to showcase vehicles that are in the alternative fuel market. I mean, tell me a bit about that. What is Eco Rally?
Eco Rally is a showcase of sustainable innovation in transportation. It started actually just with cars, but has expanded much wider to that. We have two-wheeled, six-wheeled, even had articulated trucks involved in the event. And indeed, part of the ethos of the event is don't drive, don't go anywhere if you don't need to, or take public transport. But really, it's showing off what big industry and other innovators are doing towards a sustainable innovation in transport.
So how did you get into all this? I mean, what made you excited about eco technology in cars?
Well, actually, before I started the Eco Rally, I had a job promoting hydrogen fuel cell technology. I was a lobbyist, actually, for a while, and I was looking for a way to promote hydrogen and fuel cell technology. That technology can go everywhere, into mobile phones, laptops, generators, but cars are the big market, and cars are what are sexy. So I thought, let's do a car event, and let's do a hydrogen fuel cell car event. But then I soon realized we should widen it. You know, these cars aren't available in the shops. We show cars that are available to buy now in the shops, but we also show future concepts from the big car companies or some cases from the universities. But it was hydrogen and fuel cells that started it all for me. And that's why I'm particularly excited to be going to Frankfurt to have a look at this wonderful car. I admit to being part nerd, part human. I'm really looking forward to fueling the car as much as I am driving it. It's something that I've spent 20 years of my life looking at, talking about, getting excited about. So, this is great. And of course, this car is quite special to us in Britain because it will be the first fuel cell hydrogen car from a big manufacturer that people will be able to drive in this country. So here we go.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. The car that Stephen's referring to is the Hyundai IX35 fuel cell hydrogen car. It's going to be the first fuel cell mass-produced car in the marketplace. We went to Frankfurt to take a drive and just check this car out. Have a look at this. Today we're in Frankfurt, Germany, to film one of the most exciting cars coming into the marketplace. It's the Hyundai hydrogen fuel cell car.
It's a technology that is helping to set a very strong reputation for Hyundai as a leader in environmentally friendly technology.
So this is one of those exciting moments where I'm getting into a vehicle that's no fossil fuel. I mean, it's a hydrogen fuel cell car. It's like the latest technology. It's very exciting for me. So let's give it a go, see what happens. No noise, but the engine's going. For pedestrians that are obviously not used to silent cars, you press this button and what it does, it creates noise. How cool is that? We'll have it off. Okay, let's go.
Car operates as far as the driver is concerned, in a very normal way, but inside there's some very clever technology that is producing power with no harmful emissions.
When people say that nothing good is new, there's a lot of truth in that. The fuel cell was actually invented over 150 years ago by a Welshman living in London called William Grove, Sir William Grove. Like many people in those days, he had many jobs, and being a physicist, chemist was one of them. He was a good friend of Michael Faraday's, actually, and a lot of people believe that in the not too distant future, Grove's name will be just as widely recognized as Michael Faraday's, who of course was the first chap to give us the electric motor and many other things. When Mr. Grove invented the first fuel cell, he called it the gaseous voltaic battery. And why, you might ask, have we waited 150 years for fuel cells to be developed? Well, there's a couple of answers to that. One is we didn't need them. There was really nothing wrong with the batteries we just developed, and the combustion engines burning stuff, it worked fine. It ran our machinery, our factories, and ran our cars.
The reason we believe in fuel cell is because many people are talking about hybrid today, but hybrid of course relies on fossil fuel. It relies on gasoline. Some manufacturers have diesel powered hybrids, but mainly gasoline powered vehicles, which means there's still a reliance on fossil fuel. But also hybrid today, we believe, doesn't have the kind of cost advantages that ultimately customers are looking for. It costs 44 euros, thereabouts 44 euros, to fill the car with hydrogen. That takes less than 5 minutes to do.
Hydrogen is a very efficient way of storing energy, much more efficient than batteries. Batteries are very useful for cars or for electronic devices, but they don't really work on a really big scale, utility scale. Something like that, you need hydrogen, and you can transmit the hydrogen down the natural gas pipelines that we have today.
The byproducts are heat from the process, but also water. So water is then emitted from the car just as water vapour.
In a car, it's important for it to have zero tailpipe emissions. It's important for it to be relatively quiet, and it's important for it to be sustainable. People have compared moving from dyno-fueled pasts to hydrogen to something akin to moving from the canals to the railways a couple of hundred years ago. And the costs would be very, very big if we did it all at once, but we don't need to do it all at once. A lot of the infrastructure we need to drive hydrogen vehicles around is already in place.
When will it be available? Well, effectively it's available today. Most of the people that are interested in operating our cars are public sector authorities, members of various governments who see this as a future for sustainable mobility. If a customer wanted, a private customer wanted to order a car today, we could actually order that car from the factory and we would build it for them.
So my overall conclusion with this car is, I like it. It's really smooth to drive, it's quiet, I mean it's got everything that you need in a car, but most importantly, it's a zero emissions car. I mean the impact of our cars on our environment today is profound. This is going to solve all of our issues.